Welcome to the Good Enough Gaming Podcast, where a bunch of 30-something nerds talk about all things gaming and the like. We are average enthusiasts that try our best to dive into all the games, shows, movies that we nerds indulge in, celebrate our favorites, and shit on a few duds along the way. I'm your host, Kyle. I'm joined by Jordan, Trevor, and Daryl. And here's a small taste of what your ear holes are going to hear today.
I
if
remember
you had to kill one of Mario characters, who would it be?
Who would it be and why is it Tony?
Yes, correct. Fuck that guy.
He's so squeaky.
Today's episode is entitled, "Oh shit, it's the Fuzz!" FuzzyWuzy was not a bear. FuzzyWuzy has great facial hair. Mr. FuzzyWuzy is on the show today. Aren't we lucky? For those that don't know the man, the myth, the Fuzzy, today we have been graced with the presence of none other than Mr. FuzzyWuzy, who is Canada's own streamer extraordinaire. He's here to chat with us about the ever-popular streaming community and gaming arena through online platforms. So get ready as we interview the apex predator, the man in his own Rocket League, and the dude that is willing to tackle the dauntless tasks on any Fortnite for the good of the people. So with that, we'd like to welcome Mr. Fuzzy to the podcast. Fuzz, welcome.
Hello, gentlemen. Thank you for having me. that was quite the intro. I'm wiping tears out of my eyes, not from laughter and sincerity. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Daryl has a way with writing.
Yeah.
Do I get it right all the time? No.
No,
but you do your best.
Does he try? Yes.
We'll ignore that though.
It's good
fine.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on brand.
So we met. I mean, you met two of our guys through some of the GameCon lead up events. How tell us your meet cute. Tell us how you guys
meet cute. Oh,
yeah.
Well, it was a Saturday afternoon, as I recall, 2 weeks out before GamesCon. No, Chinook, we were at Chinook Center Mall, and GameCon was doing this like last minute promoting piece. We were playing. Well, I came down to play Mario Kart with kids to give away passes and educate people what GamesCon was all about. And because your guys' logo is so well branded, similar to mine. Beautiful faces. I noticed two of the gentlemen. I want to say it was Jordan and Daryl, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was.
I remember
The two best looking in the group, but that's fine.
No comment. But yeah, no.
He's got a thing for the bug guy.
You're making him blush.
Stop it. No, but seriously, yeah, no, it was cool. So yeah, we met at a Mario Kart event where we were just promoting GamesCon, and yeah, I saw you guys on social media, reaching out because you guys interviewed Chris and Mark for GamesCon as well. So yeah, I kind of watched that video, saw your guys' faces there, and then all about the networking. So I immediately ran over and I was like, "Oh, I want to know you guys. I'm so starstruck. Oh my god."
Okay.
Oh, easy.
But yeah, GameCon was sweet. Yeah, we played Mario Kart with kids. It's tough, it's really awkward, when you're in the center of a mall and there's good probably about 100 people watching on points, and I'm getting my butt kicked by 9-year-olds at Mario Kart when I'm trying to actually rolled. Oh, me and the one guy, like these kids destroyed us. We were last place. I leaned over. I'm like, "Were you actually trying?" He goes, "Yup." I'm like, "Good." So was I, and that was embarrassing. Like,
can't win them all.
Nope.
The best form of humility, playing 8-year-olds in Mario Kart.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and nothing better than just being annihilated and having to be like, "Oh yeah, I let them win," and I'm sweating.
Yeah. That was for the event.
Yeah,
for the event. I totally.
I can just imagine you just lobbing like a Wii Pro controller like through the fucking mall.
I was the amount of green shells they were landing on me. I was ready. I was ready to take some kids.
It's
out.
Fortnite skills, right? Like these kids just grew up playing like third-person shooters. They're like, "Oh yeah, Mario Kart's nothing."
Yeah, no, it's not. Also, Mario Kart's not the olden day where it's a simple 2D track and you go in a circle and the left and right. Now you got
crazy.
Yeah, you can glide now. You got like a scuba car. Your car transforms. You go upside down. It's Mario Kart. Like what, 12? Technically, if you count all the Game Boys and stuff.
I guess, yeah.
It's up there.
Mario Kart Infinite. Just
Yeah. That's all they're doing now. They're just keep adding to it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll never stop. Yeah, Vancouver's a track now in Mario Kart, I guess, in the newest map pack. That came out.
Right.
Yeah, they just added
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Cool.
is it partially underwater?
So if they made an Alberta track, half of it would be on fire then?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's just Moo Moo Farms. I think that is just Alberta
Yeah.
inspired.
The only
Moo
power up is
Farms.
oil spills.
Yeah.
Just
and
the oil
hailstorms.
slicks.
Yeah,
Hailstorm, oil
Then
storms.
there's just
No thunder. It's just hail that falls on your.
Yeah.
Just a
cars.
perpetual foggy haze of smoke rolling across the map too.
Yeah, instead of the ink. Yeah.
Yeah, just smoke.
That's funny.
So you during your time at GameCon, you were actually streaming for a good chunk of it. You actually brought your whole ass rig down to the BMO Center and had your setup. What was that like playing in a place that isn't your home space with what looks like Assassin's Creed axes behind you?
Oh,
That's some
close.
dope paraphernalia.
Yeah, it's my little shrine of nerdom I got going on. But so first of all, yeah, I tried to do the best to bring my yeah, I fit in quite well here. Appreciate it. No, what was I did my best because I know not everyone was like from Calgary and locals, so I had the opportunity to bring my home setup. So like I literally brought, like, when people were sitting there looking at my booth, I tried to make it look at as close as I could to like you're watching me on camera kind of thing. Like I brought my little purple light back there, my whole rig. I brought my Logitech speakers. Not once did they get used or had a purpose, but you know they were
They were there.
for show. Yeah, so
Right.
you know, I thought it was really cool because I noticed, you know, I got my booth did get quite a bit of attention because people were very mesmerized by the unnecessary money I spent to have Corsair parts on my computer and be all RGB. So it was nice that, you know, for once someone else got to appreciate it and it wasn't just sitting in my basement for just me to admire. But yeah, the biggest worry I had about GamesCon was like the sound. Like they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna be behind the monster booth right next to the mega stage where all the esports and celebrity and panels are gonna be. It's like, oh, there's no walls, it's just gonna be sound. And it's like, cool. So I mean, other than prepping for about a week with learning how to put filters on my microphone, actually, you know what? It was pretty cool to be able to stream in a live event like that and have the opportunity of people like watching me stream like what I'd be doing at home but live. It made it really hard to focus on streaming, and I definitely, some of my people I was playing with had to have a chat with me and be like, hey, it's cool you're there, but like we're doing our thing, so people we don't want to just listen to you standing up and talking to everyone around you. So you know, there was a bit of a balanced learning, you know, curve with that for the first day.
Right.
Some tricks, but no, it was a wild experience. Like I never thought I'd ever be streaming in an arena where, you know, like the attendance of the crowd was like 10,000 people on, I think, on Saturday. So
Yeah.
it was pretty cool.
Busy.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. It was quite the experience. Like something I would, you know, I never thought I'd be doing, but it was cool. Yeah, for sure.
Did
We'll
you-
do
I
again.
thought you did a great job managing.
Yeah.
I don't know what those guys were giving you a bad time about. We walked by, we said hello, you like made note of us, and then you were like, hey, this one's for you guys, and you scored a goal in Rocket League.
Yeah.
And I was like, this guy is a machine. Like he can multitask and be successful at the game that I am terrible at. Like this is wonderful.
Sometimes Rocket League I played by myself because I didn't want to penalize people for me just being attention, but I did have a girl that was like standing there talking to me. I was like looking at her, making eye contact, and she's like, is that you playing live? She's like, yeah. I was like, you're doing that right now while we're talking? She's like, yeah. I was like, what? And I'm like,
Eyes are pointing in two very different directions.
yeah, just up and down.
Got the
It's not
Forrest
a stroke.
Whitaker eyeballs going on.
Looking like Steve Buscemi out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did your chat
No, it
like?
wasn't a stroke.
Did your chat like the live cam? Because that was one thing I noticed that we thought was really funny. Is you had like the crowd cam going.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah,
that
and I actually, I
a point of interest?
yeah,
I guess.
there was one thing that actually every single streamer was like, damn, I wish I thought of that. Like every single person, when I was like, yeah, I brought my second camera so I can have it to show the crowd what people are like, what the con's like. They're like, oh shit, Like you just see this, like I didn't think of that. So yeah, a lot of people thought it was cool. And for this, like I haven't uploaded all my content, but like I try to get as many cosplayers and stuff on it too. So every time a cosplayer walked by, literally, if I wasn't caring about content and stuff that weekend, so I was like, yeah, switch my intermission, my layover to show the crowd, and I get them to pose in front of the camera. So I actually have a good chunk of like some of the cosplayers that like popped by and showed off the costume.
Nice.
So it was.
And there was
neat.
a booth like just down from you too, so you.
Yeah, so there's lots of people that were walking up and down. Yeah, the whole C3 cosplayers were in that corner too. So yeah, I got some of the Halo people. The best in show, I think they were like from like How to Train Your Dragon armor. They popped my booth as well too. Some League characters and stuff. So
the really pyramid head that we saw walking around.
Yeah, the pyramid head, but actually the best stole the show. There's a Dr. Robotnik, and that guy was like 1,000% into character. I'm like, hey, Dr. Robotnik, want to say hi to the camera? He's like, I'm here to teach the camera. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm streaming. I need to I can't record all of this, but thank you.
Yeah.
That was great.
Kudos for staying in character.
Right. It was just so nice to see so many people like actually like in the gaming Comic-Con's cool and all, but like the gaming atmosphere and seeing more of that crowd come together was really sweet.
Yeah.
Great. I was very surprised at just how, going around talking to vendors, talking to everyone there that we talked to was awesome. Like there was no like prickly interactions at all. Everyone was just so psyched to be there and have this event.
Well, I think what was great about this event too, especially for all of us being local, is seeing a lot of the vendors and a lot of the indie game devs that were from Canada. We even had some guys that were from Alberta and Calgary, but then even obviously Ontario and Quebec and stuff like that. And it was. I like to think we know a little bit about the game, to see a lot of games that we've never even heard of from developers we've never heard of. Like, that was really cool. That was eye-opening to be like, oh shit, there is some cool stuff coming out of Canada and out of Alberta. Like, we're going to have to keep our eyes on
it. That too, in the indie scene, like the indie game scene has just grown so well. So like you said, seeing how much of that's also local is really cool, because for the longest time indie games were like kind of that push off. You'd go to a con and they're sitting in a dark lonely corner kind of thing. But like how GameCon kind of was like featuring the light on them, it was really nice to see like that, because that's Game Pass and all these big AAA companies have started picking up on indie games too.
Yeah, that's a good
totally
point.
And I'm hoping with the success of this con that it sort of like springboards them for next year to make it bigger and better. And hopefully we get like a return Fuzzy, maybe some we can run it back in some laser tag.
Run it back.
Yeah. We talked to the guys, and there sounds like there's potential for some on-site podcasting, which would be super cool. So we're hoping that it runs another year in Calgary, because we had a great time, and we hope you did too there.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, I don't have nothing I know is like for sure and certain and all that, but like through the grapevine, because I did Mark and Chris, like these guys have treated me like family, like literally, like they've included me in emails, and the way they've like spoken about me, and how like so many people and like from GameCon like knew me because of how they talked about me. Like Mark's whole family knew who I was. They're like, oh,
That's
you're
awesome.
Fuzzy, and I'm like, yeah, you are like Mark's sister, and I'm like Mark's brother-in-law. I was like, oh, he talks to you guys about me. He's like, yeah, like he loves you. So like long story short, I feel very highly, almost possible, like blindly saying Gamescom will be back here in Calgary, and I know like Mark and Chris are also looking to grow it. So where that goes, I don't know, but I can't see anything that was a negative with Gamescom. I can't see being chalked up to more than like it was a first year show and just the lessons learned and how we can improve for next year. Like I don't think anything was a failure. I don't think anything like was just a blowout or a bummer. Like they did a great job, and I heard like Saturday just like blew everyone's kind of expectations. Like, it was exactly what they were hoping for and better. So, long story short, if there's going to be a Gamescom next year in 2024, I'm quite confident, there'll be a return of the Fuzz.
Yep.
So, Fuzz, now that we've gotten your thoughts on GameCon, let's talk about you. Let's get to know the real Fuzz, the soft, the soft and the fuzziness. So how long have you been streaming for?
Honestly, I don't fully know. I'm definitely a pandemic streamer. Is how I put it. Okay, I want to say it was 2020. It was just before COVID happened, because I started streaming when I actually fractured my elbow. So that's how the journey began. So I want to say it was 2020, I think, or 2019 when I started. So it's been about 3 years.
Well, pandemic streamer, pandemic podcast. So
welcome to the party.
Yeah, like-minded minds here. I see.
We'll give you a fake high five from about 10 feet away.
Yeah.
And so you stream on Twitch, yes?
Yeah, I'm primarily, like, I haven't branded out to anything else. I've dabbled with Kick a bit, but Twitch is my home at the moment.
Cool. We'll make sure we'll throw up your Twitch link here
gang
too,
signs?
So people can.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Gang signs.
No, so if people are interested in watching F. Oh God, that's awful. It just looks like I'm throwing up Crips. It's fine. So I know we talked to you a little bit about this at the con, but like what sort of games do you gravitate to when you do stream?
Oh man, it's honestly my answer is like something I'm trying to strave away for, because I'm definitely variety. Like, I play games because I enjoy games, so I play everything. But I definitely notice that hurts the stream kind of doing that. So if I was to say what do I gravitate towards, I'd say the main ones would be card games. So anything that's like Hearthstone, Legends of Runeterra, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, like card. No. You know what? Uno's a wild Friday night. Okay, you laugh, but when you get +4 wild card,
got keyboard in your hand.
Yeah.
But no, card games. Always big into first-person shooters. So the main one I'm kind of playing is Halo Infinite, but Call of Duty, Apex, Valorant. I'll dabble into anything Counter-Strike. So shooters, I'd say those are the main ones. But I'm a big competitive gamer, so generally whatever I'm playing, I'm always playing like a ranked version of, or I'm playing something that's competitive. I like casual, and I'll do like fun game, like community games very rarely, but now I'm more into the competitive kind of playing games for.
Nice.
Fair.
I was going to jump in here, Kyle. Let me jump in.
Trevor's jumping in.
Let me jump in. Is there anything that you're playing like specifically right now? Like, is there anything that's like hot on your mind? You're like, when you're done this interview, you're going to go play it?
Absolutely. It's true, because one of the games, it's not even on there, but like Pokemon Unite has been my jam right now.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been playing. I got Master last season, and the new season started. I hit Master again, and for my esports org I'm with, I'm actually looking to try and build an esports team for Pokemon Unite. So
no way.
That's actually been my main jam, and it's definitely like my community is like, I'm big into Pokemon, so there's people that watch it, but they're like, you've been playing this game a lot lately. It's like, yeah, ulterior motives. So it's pretty much Rocket League or Pokemon Unite. You're going to see me playing like frequently right now.
Now, how many hours would you say you've put into Pokemon Unite?
See,
ballpark.
I'd honestly say less than the majority, because I played the crap out of it when it first came out, and then I dropped it for like a full year. Like, I just played it, didn't have people to play with. I got like almost to the top rank. I was like, oh, whatever, I played everything else, and then some update came out, I picked it up again, and then I hit Master, and I'm like, oh, that's fun. And then I was like, oh, there's actually like teams playing esports with it. Oh, I'm an esports orga, and I kind of did my thing where it's like, hey, it'd be so cool if you'd let me build a team for this. And then they're like, okay, and I was like, oh, really? Yeah, I was really? They're like, yeah, if you want to do it, you can put people together, we'll help you. I'm like, all right, well, now I'm gonna play it. So, and now I'm playing it, I've kind of just gotten the groove. So because I played it so much at the beginning, I have like it's a free to play game, but it's one of those games where like if you're not having it grinding it for hours and weeks and days, you have to spend some money to get like the upgrades and boosts and stuff. So I've played enough that I don't have to put money in to get that stuff. But it's probably a lot less than what the majority of people have put into the game. Like, yeah,
I played the crap out of that when it first came out too. I enjoyed that game initially.
Yeah.
I can't remember what else came out that completely distracted me. I'm pretty sure it was Fire Emblem Engage, but
I picked it up again.
More like Fire Emblem Disengage.
Oh. I never got into the Fire Emblem series. I've never been a big like JRPGer for the most part. I like my RPGs, but JRPGs have too many side quests for me, and I get lost so easily into them.
That.
You know, I never touched Skyrim because I've seen people put 200 hours in my game and they haven't done anything, and that's going to be me. So
it's known in this podcast that, like, I've said it before, and I talk with Daryl about this quite often. I've got about one JRPG a year in my body. I can't focus on any more than that because I'm the same as you. Like all the side quests and all the dialogue they throw in, I can't possibly keep up with all of them that come.
I'm a completionist too, so
sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Assassin's Creed Valhalla didn't need to put 132 hours into that game, but I sure did.
Yeah, it's hard not to when you want to see every inch of that map. Good Lord, that game is huge.
I don't want one damn little shiny gold spot on a map. Get all those notifications off. Is one of the map.
So
you're preaching to the choir on that front. Yeah. Like unlike Jordan, I am probably anywhere from 1 to 7 JRPGs a year, but depending on what comes out and what is released. But yeah. Some games have too many side quests. Diablo 4. But like there's some merits to keeping you busy.
In case anyone's aware, I was aggressively nodding to Diablo 4 comment.
Yeah. Do you want to do these quests? No? Then give us your money.
People are like, have you beat the game yet? And they're like, what level are you? I'm like, oh, I'm level like 54. And they're like, oh, so you're close beating it? And I'm like, I just finished Act 3. They're like, what?
Everything.
Yeah,
literally, yeah.
We were level 40 something when we finished like Act 2. Like we were.
We were together.
So high.
We got distracted.
Yeah, we were very distracted. Like, ooh, a cellar. Ooh, a dungeon. Ooh,
piece of candy.
Yeah, exactly.
Side quest.
Yeah.
Random mob.
So, Fuzz, you were talking to us a little bit, or you mentioned an esports organization you're a part of. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, so currently right now I'm with Lotus 8 Esports. So they're a Canadian esports based out of Manitoba. Their big thing is that like they're a huge, like the meditation is one of their biggest focus. So bringing like mind and body together for gaming. So one of the main founders is actually like a trained like meditationist. And, even before I started GamesCon on Friday, he connected with me and Lowe's, one of the other streamers, and was like, hey, we're gonna meditate for 10 minutes before. And he just did a guided meditation for us. And I'm very open. Yeah, I'm very open-minded, like I'm not like spiritual, I'm not like religious, I just keep an open mind to I kind of believe what I believe. So like I'm always open to like try new things, and like like meditation, it was sweet. And I'm all about like having a mental body, or healthy head, healthy body to, be productive and achieve goals. So yeah, so I'm with Lotus 8. So that's kind of a little bit about them. They're big into the academies and like academics and stuff like that. So they're big into like supporting school teams and promoting, video games in school and educating like esports and stuff like that. And their main games that they do is Apex and Rocket League. And they've actually got a couple. I think one team for sure that's actually in the RLCS, which is the Rocket League Championship Series. So they're like this like it's the highest like tournament that there is for Rocket League kind of thing. So but yeah, they've got college teams all the way up to pro teams, and the TELUS Esports Series actually they won it for one of the divisions.
Oh, wow. No way.
Yeah, so that was just this past weekend. So for them, I've kind of like I play a lot of Rocket League, and by all means I am not competitively good. Okay, I'm just gonna clear this out. I make YouTube videos, and my comments are either you're amazing or I'm better than you and I'm 12. That's generally how my
There's no in between.
That's how every game I play goes now. That's fine.
Yeah.
Exactly, right? And that's what I said. Like a kid, I'm like, well, here's a typical Rocket Leaguer, and you're also probably correct. You are 12 and will probably destroy me. So I play a lot of Rocket League, but like I do a lot of content where that's really all my YouTube is at the moment, and I upload some to TikTok. But I've been pursuing them. I've watched them grow from the beginning for like a year and a half. So in January, I was like, yo, guys, like, you're cool. I want to be a part of this because I've done some esports org in past. Somehow landed as a general manager actually for 6 months for an org.
Sweet.
Yeah. The power of asking, you'll receive. But anyways, yeah. So I reached out to them and I hassled them for like 3 months where they kind of like were like, hey, we're busy. Hey, we're we're on this. And I was like, Gamescom was coming up. I'm like, listen, guys, I want to be a part of you, but I got an opportunity coming. And if I'm not going to be a part, like I want to grow and I want to expand, but I want to go with you guys. And they're like, I'm so sorry we left you in the, like, signed me up, got me all set up for Gamescom, hooked me up. And then, yeah, so right now I'm just, I make Rocket League content and help promote some of their stuff for them right now. That's really what I'm doing with them, but I'm looking to kind of grow and be a little more involved.
You're trying to unite the Pokemon. That's what you're doing.
You got it. Well done. Yeah. Got him for one game and now moving over to another, hopefully. Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. They're a great group of guys, and Lowe's as well too. The other streamer from Gamescom, he's the Apex guy for them, so he makes content for them for Apex. So, but yeah, that's
is that kind of like the end game for you, so to speak? Like, is kind of esports the direction that you want to go, kind of full time or permanently, or are you still sort of undecided on what you want to do?
Well, so last year I had a cool opportunity. There's a company in the States in North America called Enthusiast Gaming, and they sponsored with RBC Bank and actually hosted it's called the Gamers Grant last year. And it was actually a program. 150 people got selected. I was one of the lucky to be able to participate. And they actually hosted a course educating people on how, like, everyone wants to do the video games, everyone wants to do esports, everyone wants to do their own thing, but the whole concept is no one really does things together. Everyone wants to have their own. Right. So learning with them, I got to speak with like literally professional industries, like Stephanie Harvey, who's like a 4-time Counter-Strike global champion, and is like the current owner of CLG. Yeah, the current owner of CLG Gaming. So, so she was a host. So I got to meet with her once a week and the other 150 people. And then they just brought people in from like the founder of U.GG, which is a website for anyone that plays pretty much League of Legends. It's like their stat-based website. So it was all these like professional people are like, yeah, none of us know anything about video games and have any industry in video games. And we're somehow working in the video game industry because it's not actually about being a gamer. It's about people bringing business aspects to the esports industry. So from having that course,
interesting.
Yeah. So having that course, at first it was like, yeah, I want to be a full-time streamer. I want to be a content creator. I want to do esports, but like realistically, like my real 9-to-5 job, like, I work in insurance and I'm a manager. So, the way I look at that, I'm like, well, I don't really have any aspect other than like, I can like develop and connect companies and grow companies and help them like have the employees they need. So do I want to be an esports player? Sure. Do I want to be a full-time streamer? Sure. But realistically, yeah, I want to have a full-time business job in the esports industry and in the gaming sector and helping companies like I do for insurance, but do it for gaming instead. So, I mean,
that's super cool.
That's where it's just grown like over the years. It was like one time like, yeah, I want to stream. I want to be Tim the Tap Man, be like Stone Mountain. And then it was like, nah, I just want to actually work for a company that, manages, like work for an esports org and be like a manager that develops and trains people and, gives, gamers that don't necessarily have professionalism knowledge. Professionalism knowledge.
I don't know.
Those really good.
What is that?
Those really good 12-year-olds at Rocket League need some professionalism.
Yeah, weird, right?
Yeah.
I've been in some professional lobbies for like Apex and stuff. If I was a professional, owner and put money into the company and I heard some of the things they're saying, it's like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm out.
You're out. Nope. Canceled.
I think it's super interesting kind of what you just touched base on, because I'm with you. Like, to me, that side of it sounds far more interesting than being like a full-time streamer. Like, to me, that seems incredibly stressful and it's so hard to just break into it, and
especially now.
Yeah, like to carve a space for yourself and make it a full-time thing is so hard to do. And I can't see that being enjoyable. Whereas like what you're talking about and like, connecting with a variety of people that are in the industry from all different walks of life, that is like, okay, yeah, that sounds far more enticing for sure.
Yeah, like Mark and Chris have like the best jobs where like now they're like built GameCon, they've created it, and now their job is to just do nothing but expand it and grow it. And like, I've if you're listening, guys, I have definitely already slipped into your ears, letting you know my interests. Literally asked Mark his consulting firm's hiring, but like, yeah, like ideally that's what I want to do. I want to be able to like put my name to something great like Gamescom, and like I was involved in this, I helped make this happen, and I've done lots of like small stuff around here in Calgary in the past. Like, I hosted what we used to call, maybe you guys know, ever heard of Barcraft? No. So before Twitch TV was a thing and it was Justin TV, and MLG gaming was the only pro gaming, and StarCraft was like the biggest game in the world.
Yeah, when StarCraft 2 came out,
Yeah, right. So I volunteered with a group in Calgary, was called Project X, and they hosted LAN parties and stuff like Halo and stuff way back in the day. So they had this idea where like, let's go to a bar, let's rent out a section of the bar, or tell them to give us a section, food menu, price menu, and we're going to watch video games in the bar and invite people to come down and watch video games. And this was like before Twitch was a thing. And they're like, you're going to bring people to our bar and you're going to watch video games. Yeah.
Better than baseball.
People are going to come down. Right. They're like, people are going to do that. And they're like, yeah. And I hosted one, and it was like the most fun I've ever had, where I was like, there's a photo of me wearing like an FPS like boom headshot like Doug shirt. It's got like good. MLG Texas Spring League split who won in the background and stuff. And it was like, I was like, there's just me being the host, and I got to kind of run that event. So like I've been doing this stuff for a while, and I want to do that again. Like I think it'd be so cool to like like bring a whole community of people together like in a place, rather than everyone doing it virtually, like how gaming's kind of divided. When's the last game that's come out? It's been a couch co-op split screen game.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Even just getting people together to do LAN party stuff is so few and far between.
Tedious, right?
Except for us.
Yeah.
yeah. We might be the exception with our Diablo LAN party, but I mean that doesn't happen much anymore.
GameCon, when they were doing their like semi-competitive events, like their big one was Valorant. When we were there, the nights we were there, they were having competitive Valorant matches. Like watching that in person, when like the crowd actually like gets into it, like I can't imagine. To me, it's kind of like certain professional like sports. It's like watching it at home is boring as shit. Like I couldn't do this. I don't know enough about it. I'm not invested enough. But like when you're on the main stage and someone's like clipping headshots on the mega stage, and the crowd's going nuts. I'm like, this is so cool.
This is exciting.
Yeah. And it kind of like I'm understanding it now when people go to like an arena and watch dudes sitting at a computer in the middle. Like this is actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
I've had 2 stage experiences myself where I've got to play competitively on a stage in front of over 100 people. And then I've also had one experience where I was at PAX one year before League ever took off and got to watch like a League match live. Very gross smelling arena. I did not stand very long. I'll be honest. This was before League was popular. It was definitely not a very good demographic back then.
Sweatiest of sweats.
Before deodorant rules were put into place.
Folks,
Oh yeah, it was not good. But like what you saying is one of the reasons why I enjoy competitive gaming, because whether it was a small, like I flew to Texas once and participated in like a weekend long tournament just for shits and giggles because I got out of high school and had thought it'd be fun. But what was it? I went to a movie theater here when Mortal Kombat 9 came out. And so it was at Cross Iron Mall, and it came out, and the game demo had only been out on PlayStation. So I played the crap out of it because I had PlayStation and 360. And then I went to the event. It was an Xbox event. So no one on Xbox had played it because it wasn't on the Xbox the demo. And all the buttons were the same. So I like showed up. And I was like, okay, well, I play Scorpion. I know I learned his fatality in the demo. So my first match came out, I flawless the kid and then fatality'd him, and I've never had a better rush behind me because I was on the big screen and like flawless the kid, like didn't touch him, like pulled off combos, and when I fatality'd him, like I could feel the energy of like the people behind me standing up and like just like. And I was like, oh my god, you know. And like ever since then, I was like, okay, I like this. I like this feeling.
Yeah, I can get into this. That's fucking rad. That's awesome.
Okay, so we're gonna take a quick segment break here. Trevor is going to give us a rundown on the it's the jukebox. Yeah. So quick break here, Trevor. Take it away.
Good enough.
Jukebox.
All right, first jukebox of the season. This is one. I just assume that I've brought this up in like maybe season 1. Like this is such an obvious jukebox, but I feel like it needs to be reminded to everybody. Jordan actually brought this up. Actually, Kyle did because of a friend that was overseas and went to a concert. And for some reason, I don't know why. If anyone for some reason has not heard the name or listened to anything by Hans Zimmer, like I don't
what
know
are you doing with your life?
What rock you're existing under?
Figure it out.
This is just your friendly like PSA, public service announcement reminder to like Spotify, Apple Music. Just listen to some Hans Zimmer. Because like I'm gonna rattle off a couple names here because there's stuff that's obvious, right? Like Batman Begins, clearly Hans Zimmer. You know, like Inception. Yeah. Like people also forget like Kung Fu Panda and Dune and Madagascar and Pirates of the Caribbean. Like this is all Hans Zimmer, like doing all of this, right?
Dude's got range.
The Pirates of the Caribbean soundtrack is, I don't know, it has a special place in my heart. I love my pirate shit. We know that. I
love a good shanty.
Oh, and nobody would know. Nobody would know.
No, those soundtracks are amazing.
Yeah. So if you want some like focusing whatever music for the day, usually no words or very minimal. Just like YouTube, whatever. Just type in Hans Zimmer and just hit play because you'll have about 20 hours worth of content.
Yeah, never ending.
The number one keyword on Kyle's Spotify is sea shanty. So
give me my AC4 remake.
Yeah.
Black Flag. All right. Well, Trevor, thank you for
listen to hands, or you'll catch these hands.
Hans.
I'm a Zimmer you with the left. I'm a Zimmer you with the right.
It's Zimmer, not Gruber.
Yes. Love it. Love it.
Okay, so where do we go from here, guys? Fuzzy, you've given us all your current life. Where did you start? I want to know like what your first system was.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh. The heavy questions are now coming in.
Yeah.
I remember
to kill one of Mario characters. Who would it be?
Who would it be and why is it Tony?
Yes. Correct. Fuck that guy.
He's so squeaky. No, what my first console, I mean, my favorite nostalgia console I got to play, which I know is definitely a niche market that not everyone remembers, is definitely the Sega Channel for the Genesis.
Oh, okay.
Sega Channel, Sega TV. You guys remember that? The first subscription service? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I got that, but I mean, I played it. I had an OG, and I had an OG, I think it was Sega. Is that the one that had Shinobi on it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Sega Genesis.
Like Sega Master System?
Yeah, like it was like long and black, and it had, I think it was like the red like kind of graphics.
Yeah, with like the card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it was an original Sega is where it started. I don't think I ever had an actual SNES or NES ever growing up.
No. Oh. That's the one that Trevor and I started on too.
Yeah.
I believe. I gotta look it up just to double check.
Shinobi's a fucking hard game too. Like, has anybody gone back and tried to play the OG Shinobi?
I mean, most of those.
I can't play any of those old school games. Were so hard for his times. We've been definitely coddled now with games like these. Checkpoints and respawns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck Dark Souls. Screw Dark Souls. You never counted Nintendo. Pixels. Yeah.
Yeah. The NES version of Ninja Turtles. If you play that TMNT game, so hard.
Every game was fucking hard. Every game was like 4 hours long if you didn't die, like at maximum. But everything was so everything was so fucking hard. Like you were gonna spend months playing because you couldn't get past level 5. Like you did.
They wanted you to keep coming back and renting it again and again every weekend.
It's essentially the mobile game equivalent of most of those games came from arcades, where if you died, you had to spend more money. But they're like, well, now we'll give it to you at home. But it's like, it's still just as fucking hard.
Sunset Riders, I think that was my jam. If you guys remember that one, the Cowboys. Yeah.
We played a lot of California games. A lot of Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy. Yep. Wonder Boy.
Harrier, I believe, was one. Was like it was like a
plane one.
Tunnel shooter. No, it wasn't a plane. It was like a dude with a big cannon. I swear to God.
I don't remember some of this. Duck Hunt, obviously. Classics.
Duck Hunt.
Classics.
Tasmania. I played Tasmania Devil on the old Sega system as well. That game was
Vector Man was the jam. Vector Man.
Yeah.
Vector Man and Booger Man. Was that the other one? Was Booger Man? No,
very different things.
Hang on. No, wait. I got to make sure I'm not like. No. Okay, yeah. Booger Man on the Sega Genesis. Booger Man.
What a thing! That was the golden age of gaming. Am I right?
Our favorite cartoon character was an Earthworm.
Battletoads.
You know,
Earthworm Jim.
Great game.
Great game.
Difficult, but great game.
Great character.
Very difficult.
I feel like
Space Harrier is the name.
Things are about to get hairy in space.
I feel like Earthworm Jim is one of those characters that's just primed for a comeback in today's day and age.
It's the sequel to Space Harry.
Harrier.
Space Harrier.
Space Harrier. Followed by the trilogy Space Harriest. It's just a Wookiee.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that was incredible.
Yes. They don't call me Fuzzy for nothing.
Wow. Oh my God.
So I guess aside from the weird, then is that how did you get the fuzzy? How did you get the fuzzy name?
How's MrFuzzyWuzy come? How did it come about?
Man, just a stupid high school name. I went back and I tried to remember all my gamer tags, and it started off as Slay All 07, and I was like, no, I'm 12 years old, so that's gonna get updated. And then,
did you have some like X's in there, like an uppercase X?
Oh no, just wait. That was the next evolution. So it was, I was like, you need to have a unique name. I'm like, Slay All Stupid. I'm like, well, I'm like a drifter. I'm like, well, how about Rifter? I'm like, oh, that's sick. So then I was capital X, lowercase x, Rifter, lowercase x, capital X. And then again, we had the X's, and like, no. I want something original that I can just spell out properly. I don't have to have any of this. And all I can remember is I was playing Meg on PS3, that massive 240 play. And I was playing that, and I was like, man, I just need to have some kind of stupid name that people are going to think is funny, and they're just going to make people laugh. And someone's like, why don't you just be MrFuzzyWuzy? And I was like, I threw it in PlayStation, wasn't taken, spelt it out, and I was like, done. And I'll never forget the first time where I like healed someone, or I like revived them, and they're like, "Oh, thanks, MrFuzzyWuzy." And I was like, "Thank you, that's it." And then every stoner in the world fell in love with my name, and we thought it was hilarious back in the Call of Duty, Modern Warfare lobby days, and it just stuck. And I was like, so when I started streaming, I was like, man, try just keep MrFuzzyWuzy, and I was like, what can I do with that? And I was like, well, if I get, if I affiliate, I could have, subscribers. And what should I call my subscribers? Because I watched a streamer called Josh OG, and his subscribers were the ducks. He was the ducks. All his community were ducks for some reason. So I was like, well, what if I'm MrFuzzyWuzy and the Fuzzballs? And I streamed and it took off and people enjoyed it. And next thing I know, I was affiliate and people were subbing because they thought it was hilarious. And it was just, I just rolled with it. Just rolled with it. Yeah. Don't change it's not broken.
Yep.
The amount of high Seth Rogen laughs that you've probably had over the years.
Yeah.
Mr. Fuzzy.
Especially in that golden age of the Modern Warfare 2 like open chat pre-lobby when you would just dump on people, and especially if they had really dumb names, like that's the golden era.
Yeah, and then the best would be like, he's like, you suck, you killed. He's like, I'm like, you're just pissed off that someone named Mr. Fuzzy killed you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you think I'm 12.
Yeah. I never act 12. What are you talking about?
Get wrecked, nerd.
Your mom.
Shit on.
Yeah.
But no. So yeah, I know it was just this dumb name that just I thought it would be funny, and then it just stuck, and I rolled with it, just embraced it. Yeah, that's it. No, nothing creative, nothing cool. No.
Mm-hmm. Well, we love it. It's definitely memorable, and I definitely laughed when we first met you at Chinook. I was like, that's the best streamer name I've ever seen. Like this wins the internet. Like
it's like the opposite of like an edgelord, like super hardcore scary name.
Yeah.
It's like, and you just embody the FuzzyWuzy lifestyle. It's not like not scary, or everyone was so happy to talk to you, and
big fuzzy teddy bear. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, man.
We need more of that in life.
We need to get you like some affiliate marketing deal for like the new Muppet show or something coming out.
I'm trying to get
a Snuggie.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm working with Dr. Sasquatch, the soap guy.
Nice.
Yeah. I thought that'd have a good, good
ring
that
to definitely, it. Yeah, that checks out. Yeah.
But no, actually, like speaking of like that, like my big slogan is like the only few merch I have is I have a shirt that says Fuzzy Vibes. So like literally, it's just like the whole good vibes only trend was out for a while. So it's like no. Fuzzy Vibes. It's all about fuzzy vibes, and we're we're just promote fuzziness, being good, taking care of each other, being one. So you're right, big fuzzy teddy bear. There's nothing scary about me. It just sucks when I come into a lobby and then stomp a whole bunch of children at Pokemon Unite. Don't necessarily feel proud.
Now, does your fuzzy
wasn't so fuzzy, was he?
Yeah.
Nerds.
Is your fuzzy vibe shirt like psychedelic tie-dye? Because I feel like you could go to like Shambhala or like any of those music festivals with like a fuzzy vibe shirt that's tie-dyed and just there's your budget for years.
Sell all the shirts, yeah.
So I need to get a new merch guy, but I do have the text for fuzzy look like it is like fur, but I actually want to get the fuzzy to be like the Chewbacca fur like hoodies that you can get, and I would exactly, just for fuzzy. I thought that'd be actually hilarious. See,
a lot of people just like.
Well, I felt bad for the
That's
MSI
your
guy.
Shambhala selling point.
Stroke the fuzzy.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah.
Is this gonna off-brand?
Real man?
Is this going to off-brand into sweatpants with fuzzy on the butt, but it's fuzzy and you?
I'm taking that idea. You can't trademark that.
I would buy it.
Yeah, that's out there now. Yeah,
it's there now. Juicy.
Well, if your butt's juicy, my butt's fuzzy. The middle-aged pant.
If there's any, clothing apparel line listening to this podcast, hit me up, slide into my DMs, fuzzy on all my socials. I'm just joking.
But not really. Yeah. Message him and let's get this going.
ASAP.
Let's get this rolling.
Fuzzy butt pants.
So you have to send all of us a free pair of pants.
You know what? If this comes through, absolutely done. Free pair of fuzzy butts. Oh my god, it's getting better as it continues. This is getting better as it continues. I like this.
Fuck. I'd wear the shit out of those too, just for the looks. I would wear those.
I'd rock some fuzzy butts. I'd
wear those to the gym.
Oh yeah,
hike them up, get the wedgie right in the middle too. The Lulus.
Influencer style.
Yeah.
Where size one too many small, and then
yell at everybody that even glances at my ass because I'm wearing this weird pair of pants.
Are you staring at me?
Yeah.
I'm not a piece of
up here.
Yeah, I'm not an object.
Wearing a tight medium on the bottom.
Medium.
Medium.
Booty shorts, fuzzies. You get like a fringe on the back, like a little hairy fringe coming on the bottom at the back.
Oh my god!
It's a good thing this is being recorded, so we don't have to like write this down frantically.
Yeah, exactly.
Nowhere to
the
find
idea
this
is set in stone.
Yeah,
this is.
You heard it here first, everyone. This was the $1 million idea that changed all of our lives.
Yeah.
You know, this podcast over time has just turned into Shark Tank with all of the amazing ideas that come up.
Subscription.
Yeah. That one hasn't been brought up on the podcast, I don't think. That was just that was separate.
Right. That was a group chat idea.
Yeah.
Hey, that's gonna stay a secret for now. That's a great idea.
Yeah. So we figure it out. Let's not get carried away here.
So to bring it back to gaming, since we went like
us on a tangent,
that doesn't sound like us at all.
Fuzzy butts.
Again, I'm going for more hard hitting questions here, Fuzz. If you had to pick one game for like a complete overhaul remaster, what would it be?
I got it. I received it already. I already received it. Like, does that count? Like,
nope.
Resident Evil 4. So that doesn't count. Like, I've been waiting. I've wanted that my whole life, and I finally got it. So that okay. So, all right. So if I can't use Resident Evil 4 because that's like
pie in the sky dream that hasn't occurred yet.
Oh, what would be something classic that would be just so good to come back? That's a good question.
Wave Racer 64.
Zombies ate my neighbors.
Bad Fur Day.
Oh, geez.
You know what? It honestly, yeah. I know they kind of re-brought out Conker's Bad Fur Day, but I mean, like, as an actual remaster overhaul, like, you know, change it up a bit and not just remake it. I think if new Conkers would be pretty badass.
But could you make it in this new social world?
Truthfully, what about a proper Castlevania? Like a proper redone, like, you know, the way you see Bloodborne, you know, Dark Souls. Yep. Give me Castlevania. Similar, you know, dumb it down a little bit. Don't make it so open world. Make it like the old linear kind of. But yeah, give me a cool updated Castlevania.
Take my money.
I always knew we'd be friends, Fuzzy. I mean, you drop Bloodborne in the podcast here.
Yeah, I haven't even played Bloodborne because those Soul games I know will be rage induce me. But like, if I was to get into one, Bloodborne's like, I'm a big horror guy, so yeah, Bloodborne. Good.
Yeah. The last good Castlevania game. I don't know if you guys ever played the PS3 one. It was like
no, not enough of it.
Yeah, like it was I think Belmont something, but it was kind of like a Devil May Cry third person action game, but in the Castlevania universe. Those games were underrated. They were really good. So
yeah, even the N64 like Castlevania was like decent, you know, but like even the old school what was the main one? Twin Nights or something like that, or Twin Moons? I forget it, but like I even have a GBA version of it, the Game Boy Advance for Castlevania.
They keep bringing out the remakes of, like, they did the Castlevania collection on PS4 where it packaged all the old retro ones. And those games always sell well whenever they package them. So it's like, okay, guys,
just make a new
clearly people are just dying for a Castlevania title. Like, come on, let's make it happen.
They've been sitting on it for a while.
Yeah. Especially with like all the animated stuff, like the popularity of that as well. It's like, man, ride the wave. Like, let's go. Now's the time.
They're too busy making another Samus game for whatever reason. Making another Metroid because for whatever reason. Yeah.
So
Castlevania
I think
it is.
Yes, Castlevania, bring it back. Do you guys have any? Have we exhausted our questioning line for Fuzzy here? Do you guys have any burning questions that you would like him to answer?
Well, I mean, we could do a whole podcast about fuzzy pants, but we should probably not get carried away.
That's more of a business meeting at this point.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well,
Sure.
branding, can it go too far?
No.
Yeah.
Never.
I got my fuzzy booty shorts. I got my fuzzy
Who's your
vibes.
Pokemon? Pokemon Unite.
Oh,
Ooh, that's a good one.
Who's my Pokemon on Pokemon Unite?
Yeah.
Right now, is Glaceon. It's the cheapest Pokemon in the world, and I literally got destroyed by it so much. The guys I was playing with were laughing, and they're like, and I was like, you know what? If you can't beat them, join them. So I literally just went out, picked up the Pokemon, and I was like, yeah, I see it. It's got literally a lock-on homing move. It's the stupidest thing, and so you like auto attack. It builds up these icicles, and then once you launch the attack, it's going to hit. It's guaranteed to hit. You don't have to be in range. You can run away. They can run away, and up to like 8 or 6 icicles will just like follow them across the map and hit them. So like you literally like attack, hit, run away, and then you're just like running away, and you'll all of a sudden they're off screen and they just die and you get a kill. It's the cheapest thing ever.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that would be rage inducing for sure.
Yep.
Oh, I was kidding. It's the meta. Well, that and Mewtwo. Mewtwo just came out. I haven't played them yet, but Mewtwo's been pretty much destroying.
Love Mewtwo.
Sick.
Yeah, characters not being balanced? That never happens.
That's not a MOBA. I mean,
It's a Activision game.
Yeah, right. Now we talked a little bit about Call of Duty. So I got to ask, favorite Call of Duty ever? And then follow up to that would be with the travesty that is Warzone right now and Call of Duty. What would you like to see in the future for that franchise?
And are you playing X Defiant?
Yeah. Oh, well, hey, no, these are good. Okay, I got this. I got my fingers up so I don't lose track. Okay, so favorite Call of Duty. I mean, I'm a sucker for Ghost, and I know it was definitely like more of a smaller favorite, but I'm not gonna. I don't know if I can say it's my favorite, but Call of Duty Ghost is up there. I really enjoyed Ghost a lot. If not,
underrated.
I'm gonna settle with Modern Warfare 2, the original Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah,
I'm gonna settle one of those two, and Ghost has just been my homeboy ever since. That's probably it. Plus, he had the dog Riley, you know. So, Warzone. Honestly, I have taken a break from Call of Duty, and I feel like things have slowly kind of changed in the last like 6 months. That is kind of the cheating's gotten better, and I think I'd be willing to try Warzone again because I haven't played it. I got sick of it.
I'm ready to get hurt again.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trusting. I'm learning to trust again. Yeah. But if I really want it, I want. Give me Verdansk back. Give me the original. Like, just simplify it. Don't give me all these crazy Call of Duty add-ons. Make it like I can have a sniper. I can sit on a rooftop 350 meters away, and if I drop a guy 350 meters away with a single headshot, like I shouldn't be penalized, and pro streamers shouldn't be crying because they get one shot sniped. Like, I'm sorry, that's what's going to happen. You get shot in the head by a sniper rifle. Doesn't matter if it's 5 feet or 300. You're dropped. So I want just OG simplistic. Like, don't give me all this crazy stuth. Just let me find
Homelander and his eye lasers.
It's kind of cool. Okay, it's kind of cool actually. Have you laser eyed someone yet?
I'm not on Call of Duty anymore.
See, I logged on to Laser Eye Home, and you know what? It's pretty cool. So that's why I'm kind of actually dabbling back into it. Just because I'm like, okay, it's neat, but simple. I'd win it all over again if they just no crazy weapons, no crazy gears, no crazy Easter eggs. Drop me on a map. Last person alive wins.
Yeah.
No. I was gonna say because your third question is I'm a huge advocate for X Defiant. I think that game's going to be a massive competitive arena shooter when it launches, and I'm really looking forward to it.
I assume you played the beta then?
I played all the closed alphas and stuff. Like, it's so good.
It felt good. It felt more like an earlier COD,
Yep. And it was like basic COD. It felt like the Modern Warfare that we wanted when we got the new Modern Warfares. Like, it's just simple gameplay. Like, and then the way they added in like all of Ubisoft's factions and other games into it, like Far Cry, Splinter Cell, Ghost Recon, Watch Dogs. So cool. Like, well done, and bravo, and made them kind of their own unique, and not one really ever felt overpowered compared to another. Like, it was just honestly, as Ubisoft, I made the joke, very rarely do they ever come out with something polished that's going to work from day one. However, the betas for X-Defiant they've been enjoyable. Like it's been well played. I never had bugs in it. It felt balanced. Like I never felt one thing was better than the other. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to X-Defiant.
When I think that they've desperately needed as a developer something other than Far Cry or Assassin's Creed or, you know, like they've just been so desperate to find a franchise that's new and that feels fresh. And yeah, I don't think anybody ever like associates Ubisoft with first person shooters. So
well, yes and no, because I mean Rainbow Six is one of theirs, right? And that's a very big competitive esport game.
Yeah.
It's not the largest, but it's got a big founding. And I used to love Siege as well too, but that's another game where I felt like I wish the game came out and they focused on a game and kept that game base the same and added like new maps and stuff, and not like these games that have seasons, and every season it's like I'm relearning a new game because there's new like metas and stuff like that. So that's kind of where I fell off with Rainbow Six, because it's like, oh, if you're not using this operator on this map, then you're not going to win because they have this advantage. It's like, it should just be, I pick this guy, he has this ability, and I shoot people.
It should be more skill focused, not like which microtransaction is going to win you the game.
Yep.
Well, and you should feel powerful, and you should feel like you are contributing regardless of what character you choose.
You mean not Pulse sitting in a corner with a little red dot? That
Correct. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I'm the same as you. I was an OG Siege player, and I played a ton of that. And then once they started getting really heavily into the seasonal stuff, that's where I dropped out. Because, if you're not playing it, 20, 30 hours a week,
you fall behind.
You can't keep up with all the other guys. So, it's frustrating that way.
No, thanks.
X-Defiant, though. Yeah, I'm curious about that one.
Yeah, I'm
cautiously optimistic.
I've got some good clips of that on my socials. They did well. They did well.
Sweet.
Nice.
Sick.
I'm just hoping they don't like because it'll be a free to play, right? So I'm just hoping that they don't over microtransaction it the way that everything else has gone.
As long as the microtransactions, but as long as the microtransactions are cosmetic based, like that's where I'm cool with it. Like if I want to spend money because I want to look different, like don't penalize me, but at the same time, don't let me buy a skin like that's going to give me an advantage, or I get bonus abilities and stuff because I have like a skin or something,
Yeah.
Well, same thing with characters.
Spend $35 on a set of armor.
Yeah, well,
hey,
I think all characters you should have to earn in game. There shouldn't be any
so much more
characters.
reward. Halo 3. There's no better feeling in the day when you load it into a match with like that rogue armor, that Hayabusa armor, and kids are like, "How did you get that? Help me!" It's like, no, bitch, I'm gonna destroy you and look badass.
I'm gonna fuck your day up. Like,
You gonna learn today, boy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But no, I agree. I think that's and that's how it actually started in the alpha. Like in the open betas, everything was unlocked. But actually in the alpha for X-Defiant, they had it where you had to use this character, and with this character use this ability a certain number of times, and once you did that, then you would unlock the different character and stuff. So fingers crossed, like X-Defiance, like you said, I'm positively optimistic towards it, because it hasn't shown me, let me down yet. Ubisoft has, but not X-Defiant.
Yes, that is true.
Nice.
Well, I think. Daryl's got one more.
Just to finish off, just to circle back into like the streaming thing. For the last question, if anyone's listening and they are thinking about getting into streaming, do you have a couple pieces of advice for anybody that's looking to get started into streaming? Like, what would that be?
Hold on, let me grab my notebook. Okay, I'm ready.
No, I think this is honestly like a great question, because you guys touched point on it of where we talked how it's so saturated, the market. Like everyone's trying to be the next kind of big thing, and it's really hard to penetrate into it. So if anyone's getting into streaming, I think it should I said penetrate. Is that what you guys are giggling about?
Talking about 12-year-olds. You're talking about guys with the mentality of a maturity
Jesus
level
Christ.
of a 12-year-old.
Fucking children.
That's so funny. That's so good. Keep this in, please. But anyway, but no, like if you're going into streaming and thinking you're going to be the next big Tim the Tap Man, then straight up, you got to be bringing something to the table. First of all, like you got to have a game that you're number one at, or you're going to have the comedian personality and it's like something that's going to draw people in. Otherwise, my biggest advice is do it because you love it. I enjoy playing video games. I'm going to be playing video games regardless if I'm streaming or not. So my logic is if I'm going to stream it, social media is a huge contact point. I have outlets to put my content on. So do it with a purpose of having fun and not of a purpose of becoming famous. And the more you enjoy what you do, the more people are going to come to you. It's a roller coaster. You're going to have days where you're sitting there for 6 hours with not a single person come into your stream. And then you're going to have days where you stream for half an hour and the next thing you know, you get rated by 200 people. And it's the most overwhelming feeling you'll ever have. Both are not good experiences because you have to learn to keep cool and calm. However, it's just enjoy what you do and just just go for the ride, because the amount of opportunities and stuff that comes from this, it's been quite the adventure. From meeting you guys here and doing this podcast interview, from being a general manager for an esports org, from being able to go to Gamescom and stream live and meet, like have those opportunities, it all became because I decided to turn a camera on in front of me playing video games. So no pressure, enjoy it, have fun with it, and don't be discouraged. Just keep at it.
Awesome.
That might be the most perfect answer
Yeah.
to that question. Yeah.
I'm so glad you practiced
phenomenal.
this 2 hours ago before.
Oh, what script are you talking about here?
Some of the wisest words ever said on this podcast.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. For real.
Sorry,
I think we have to retire you guys. I think that's it.
I think we're done here.
That's a wrap, boys. That's a wrap.
So, Fuzzy, if someone's trying to find you on social media, not like I'm trying to find you, but if someone's trying to connect with you on social media, what are your handles so we can make sure that we put them up everywhere?
Super easy. It is MrFuzzyWuzy, 1Z in Wuzy. And that's on everything. That's Instagram, TikTok, Kick, Twitch, Twitter,
X
now X, Threads while we're at it. YouTube. Actually, YouTube's my big one. I've been trying to push. It's just Rocket League content right now and some really silly videos. But yeah, that's it.
But not OnlyFans, to be clear, right?
Not yet.
Fair.
No, he's actually just on Foot Fighter.
Yeah. Hey, whatever pays the bills, right?
Fuzzy Wuzzy's little buzzies.
Do you have a thing for hobbits and their feet?
I was gonna say, he's in the Hobbit feet section.
You guys have officially become my new marketing team.
Oh, so we're hired. Yeah. The GM.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll have a talk after this. Yeah, Fuzzy Butts and Fuzzy Bussins.
Jeez. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Well, we really appreciate you coming on the podcast and chatting with us. It was great meeting you at the con. It's great talking to you now. Maybe we'll do a special episode where we go to that VR arcade. I think that's in the books here. We need to get some like live content to that maybe, or some like GoPro cams or something, because that would be hilarious.
It's more of an excuse to just hang out with Fuzzy again, because
Correct.
Why not?
that was a blast.
And we're all in the same city.
Yeah.
How rare.
And do some more laser tag.
Get my ass. Get my ass.
Just won't have like a.
Yeah.
This is the walls. But no, thank you guys for having me. It's like, you guys have a great podcast. I think you guys have a great content, and yeah, you guys are an absolute blast. And yeah, we'll definitely we'll link up here and we'll get some RL content. We'll touch some grass together.
and hopefully all of us will be at GameCon 2024.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Rocking out.
Yeah, you should set up a booth side by side.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, again, thanks again. It's been a blast, and we hope you had a good enough time. Guys, I think that was good enough.
Good enough.
Good enough.
It was good enough.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube for more content. We also invite you to write an email or join us on Discord to talk about anything from our episodes or something else you would like to discuss in the future. Please subscribe to the Good Enough Gaming podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever else you listen to your podcasts. And remember, we might not be great, but we are good enough.